Hi, afternoon. I'm Roelant Prins. I'm the Chief Commercial Officer at Adyen, which means I look after the global organization on the commercial side. And I'd like to talk you through what does Adyen do, to give you a feel for what is it that this payments business does out of Europe. So, in summary, we'll talk about enabling global growth for ambitious companies. That's very much what we try to focus on if you ask us what do we do. Now, if we write down what does Adyen do, you get to something like Adyen enables companies to accept payments from their customers using any payment method over any sales channel. That's impressive, but you know what people say, right? Yeah. So it's like Apple Pay or PayPal. Is that what you do? And then we typically have the conversation with our friends and family to start to explain, no, we do much more than that, because we actually combine all those payment methods out there, and there's hundreds and hundreds in the world, and we combine them into a single platform, and our customers can, through one integration, accept anything they need. Right, people think. Still a bit hard to understand. So then we say, and we had a discussion with a retailer last week, and we asked him, what do you think about payments? What do we do for you? Why is it important? And he says, we just want to sell clothes, nothing else. We don't want to worry about payments. It's also complicated. Help me out. And that's ultimately what we do. We try to take the hassle away and let people run their business and grow internationally. I thought, let me explain to you what we do in a simple way. I would like to just go through examples of consumers interacting with the Adyen platform, with our customers. And by now, Adyen processes about millions and millions of transactions a day. And if you just go through a few minutes of those transactions, this fantastic world opens up of commercial activity all across the world. And I just wanted to take a snapshot to show you what it is that we're helping merchants facilitate, because it actually tells the real story of what we do. So let's jump to Australia, where Benjamin, a guy who's decided finally Netflix launched in Australia, he registers, he does a credit card payment for the first time. Adyen will help charge $0 on the account so that the card is stored and it can be a month later be charged if he decides to continue. If we jump to Indonesia, in Indonesia there's a guy called Indra, and he just saw Spotify launched. And they finally launched, and the good thing is they're offering a subscription in local rupees, and the best thing for him is he can pay with Indonesian local banking, internet banking payment methods, because he doesn't have a credit card, like many Indonesians, but he still can become a customer. We move to China, where we have Chen, who just started his own business, and he wants to improve the way he works. He wants to really get the benefit of Evernote for business. So he decides to move from the free model to the premium model. And good for him, because he can use Alipay, his preferred payment method, to pay for the subscription on his mobile phone. We jump to Japan, where Hiroki, a guy who's going on holiday in a few weeks' time, buys 2 pairs of Crocs, shoes for his children. He pays with his local debit card in Japan, in yen. Adyen handles the payment and settles the money to Crocs locally in Japan. We look further, Adidas, we're here in Germany, where Annika is actually a fashion blogger who wants the latest exclusive set of Stan Smiths. She buys them online, she pays with Sofortüberweisung. She doesn't have a credit card, and she wants to have them today. So she makes the payment, goes to her store, picks them up. What else is going on? We have Edouard, a French guy, who's actually buying for the 3rd time with Westwing, a German successful company, and he's buying furniture, a sofa, to match his living room set he bought earlier. He actually is in the UK for business. Normally, that would be a tricky situation, because people ordering from different countries than where they're having the goods delivered, very high value, that triggers a lot of risk settings, and the credit card payment might be reversed. However, Adyen helps Westwing to identify that Edouard has been a frequent shopper before. Identifying him as a good customer, we let him go through and he can purchase the sofa. We move to the UK, where Helen is actually in a store with Superdry. She sees a fantastic sweater. She loves it. The thing is, it's not in her size. So what happens, a salesperson walks with her to an iPad in a kiosk where she can actually purchase right there the right size sweater, and she'll have it delivered in her home 2 days later. She pays with a credit card, EMV, chip and PIN, all fully secured, and it's done. We move to the Netherlands, where Maarten is a guy who thinks in the train, tomorrow is my girlfriend's birthday, I gotta get her the flowers. So what he does, he goes on his mobile phone, he goes to something called Fleur op Interflora, he will make a purchase, 20 red roses for his young girlfriend, will be delivered the next day, and he pays with Ideal. 70% of people in the Netherlands pay with Ideal, and he can use it on the app, fully optimized, and Adyen helps Fleur op with that. Then we're in Poland. Marek, he's traveling in a few days' time from Warsaw to Katowice. He doesn't have a lot of money, so he finds a way through BlaBlaCar to share a ride and make it happen. He pays with local internet banking methods in Poland, locally. BlaBlaCar gets the money in local currency, and it's seamless. In Morocco, we have Driss, who's been working a very long shift in a restaurant. Super tired, there's one thing on his mind, he wants to get home. He orders an Uber, he pays in local dirham, processed locally with a local bank, so we ensure that the card is authorized and he can get home on time. Two more, Magazine Luiza. This is a retail merchant in Brazil. We have a lady, her name is Bruna, and she wants to buy a television, 2,000 Brazilian reais. Again, in Brazil, a lot of people don't have a credit card. What she does, she orders the television, she walks up to a bank location where she pays with a boleto, which is actually a cash payment, which is processed automatically through Adyen. We will tell Magazine Luiza the purchase was successful, and the television will be delivered within 2 days' time. Another happy consumer. And finally, in Mexico, we have Juan, who wants to fly out for his gap year to the United States. He purchases a ticket with his credit card, which is a local credit card, on Aeromexico, another customer of Adyen, where we are in the background. What he does is he can pay, and he can pay in installments. So instead of having the full amount of the ticket charged to his account in one day, it'll spread out over 10 individual installments over time. And this way he can manage his finance much better. And off he goes. So these are examples of what we do, and this happens in minutes. And that's the exciting part, at least what I'm truly excited about if you look at what Adyen does. Now, let's talk business, because how important and how big is this opportunity? The addressable market, as we say for payments, we say estimations over 2 trillion of value in e-com for 2017, over 4 trillion in point of sale, over 700 billion in mobile. So it's unimaginably big. It's global, it's everywhere, and that's the opportunity in payments. Now, what does Adyen do differently? And let's talk a bit about the value chain here. What you're looking at here is the traditional payments value chain. Companies, payment providers have layered services over legacy infrastructure. So everything you see out there still, a lot of what's out there has been built on payment systems built by the banks 30 years ago or longer. You could say that's fine. Well, actually, if you look at optimization, it creates a lot of pain. Downtime, data loss, lack of automation, manual processes, the hassle that we talked about earlier. What Adyen has done, and this makes us really unique, over the years, we've built and really reshaped the payments value chain. We've taken all these different functions and step by step, we've built it into one single platform where we connect the merchant directly into Visa and MasterCard and all these other payment types. And by doing that, we centralize all the data in one platform. You have much better performance. you have less stability issues, you can automate everything you want to do, and basically merchants have much more flexibility and can focus on growing their business. How do we deliver it? What are the products, the services that Adyen then provides to merchants? There's 3 key areas. The first is around data. Credit card processing is still a very core part of what we do for our customers, and what we've done, having all the data in one platform, means we can really help optimize by automated, better flagging of transactions, analyzing transaction data, better optimize the flagging, and that's led to over 1.4% higher authorization rates through this modern platform. Data is the key there. Secondly, full omnichannel. Adyen is not only an online player, as many people think. 50% of what we do is on mobile, and we have been building a lot of functionality around point of sale. Our merchants, retailers, now work with us more and more, not only on online or mobile, but also to accept payments in their stores. And suddenly they can combine all their traffic in one platform, giving endless opportunities for better loyalty, simplifying their business processes, selling clothes. Global reach. We talked a lot about this in the examples. Adyen connects over 250 payment methods worldwide, giving a true global offering. Anybody that wants to connect the world can work with us. Growth of the company. This shows you quickly the growth of Adyen. So we started in 2007 with the first merchants live, and year over year, the volumes that we process to the platform have grown. Last year, we processed $50 billion on behalf of our merchants. And finally, a bit of background on the company. We currently have 12 offices worldwide. It's a true global organization, 425 people in the business. Very important to say, everything we develop is developed in-house. Adyen runs all the technology. And the last thing I would want to say is the company's been profitable since 2011, and we're very happy to be here with all of you. Thanks so much.
Thank you, Roelant.
Thanks.